My name is Varun Mathur. I head the brand Jungle Sutra Wildlife and Experiential Journeys for Creative Travel. Um, I've been traveling for wildlife ever since I was a little kid, and I travel at least once a month for wildlife and wildlife photography. It's been close to about 3 months since the lockdown started in India, and it's been driving me absolutely nuts. And the only thing that has been keeping me sane is are my cameras and wildlife photography. Now, a lot of people ask me, how are you doing wildlife photography at your home? And I tell them, there is a very specific part of wildlife photography called macro photography, which you can do anywhere, no matter where you are. So macro photography is a type of photography where your focus is, little insects, smaller things that you make larger than life. And it is an amazing type of photography, once you get over your usual fear of insects and, little critters. It is wonderful to see how beautiful these animals and these species are. What wonderful colors do they have, and what unique bodies do they have? How nature has evolved. Yes, we do know basically what a wasp looks like, or what a spider looks like, but nobody has really seen it up close and clearly. So this form of photography helps you photograph animals and magnify them. So what I mean, let me tell you a little bit about, how this works. How is it different from regular photography? When you use a regular camera setup, the photographs that you take, the subject, when you photograph a subject, the image captured of the subject on your camera sensor is smaller than 1:1 ratio. And with macro photography, you're able to do 1:1 subject size, and you can do even more. It can be 5 times larger, it can be magnified. And that is the fun part of this photography, is to see it is challenging. You need to be stable. You need to, the key thing is to figure out the depth of field. How do you manage that? But that'll come with trial and error. Now, a lot of you may ask me, do you require special gear? So the answer to that is yes, you do. The reason for that is simply because your normal lenses will not give you a 1:1 ratio of the subject size on the image sensor. So in order to enlarge them or magnify them, there are different types of gear that one may use. And let me take you through some of the things that one can use depending on availability and budgets and the kind of how in depth you want to get into macro photography. So I think the least expensive form, or what some might find easy to use, are close-up filters. These are small screw-on filters that go on top of your lens, and they help you magnify the animal. But the challenging part is, because these filters are cheap, they're made by third party, and it's an additional glass in front of your lens. The quality of magnification, the quality of image all gets impacted, so it's not the best option. So how does one magnify? What makes a lens different so that it can magnify a small animal into a larger one? The idea is to create a difference between your lens and your camera body. So to add a gap in the middle. So another form of gear that one can use are extension tubes. Extension tubes do nothing. They are hollow circular things that you just fit onto the back of your lens and you attach it to your camera. It will create a gap between the distance between your lens as well and the camera, thereby giving you magnification of your subject. But of course, the easiest way of doing it is having a dedicated macro lens which has all of this inbuilt and you don't have to, screw on things or take things off, because even with extension tubes you have different types of extension tubes. Some of them do have a connection which allows you to get autofocus. Some of them don't. Some of them work manually. So again, they are not that expensive. They are easy to get. One can just order them on Amazon. I personally I use a dedicated lens, macro lens, which gives me 1:1 ratio. I don't think I am currently good enough to manage lenses that give me greater magnification than 1:1. There are options where you can increase it all the way up to 5 times magnification, and but again, that is more advanced level, because the more magnification you get, you start losing depth of field, and that is important. Another unique thing that a macro lens does is it allows you to get really close to the animals. So the minimum focus distance is really reduced, which also helps the lens magnify the animal. None of the normal lenses will allow you to get that close focusing. So that's what I've been doing in my lockdown. I have spent some time with my daughter photographing small things that we find in our garden, in our backyard, and please find some of my images and some of the images taken by my daughter. Well, unfortunately, we are left only to birds and the small critters. But I think the more I photograph them, the more I enjoy this kind of photography. And I hope some of these tips help you enjoy the same sitting back at home. Wherever you are, please be safe, stay home, stay safe, and please do follow us. If you like this, please do follow us on our social media. All the details are given below. Thank you so much for watching this. See you next time.